Welcome to the homestead. Glad you're watching. Well, it's been really, really hot. Yesterday it got to 102, and I really didn't do anything outside that I could even remember. And today it's only about 92, but it's really humid. Last night there was a storm that went through and it missed us, but we did get some really serious winds and stuff. I ran around taking down umbrellas. The clothesline was whirling around like this. The flagpole was leaning. It was like really heavy gusts of wind, and we got some thunder, but I think it spit on us once or twice, but that was it. And apparently all around us got some really serious rain. But it's very humid today, very humid. And I think it's supposed to even have a thunderstorm later on today. But wow, we got work to do. We got work to do every day, and this heat is just as bad as the extreme cold. It just keeps us from really working and doing some things that are necessary. So we're trying to evaluate what to do. Should we start the dirt work? We've got the tractor here, or should we go ahead and rent the trencher and get the electrical and the sewer and the water ran? Part of me says that would be better to start with that, because the ground is just going to keep getting harder and harder, and we don't want to trench when it's really seriously bad. But before we trench, the grass has got to be brought down, way down. We can't even keep up with the grass work. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and weed eat around those cottages again and try to get that down. Exciting news though, Lee bought a push mower, so we can use a push mower in places like the garden and things where we have to get around things, and also near the cat area, because we don't have but that big lawnmower, and then we have the gas lawnmower. It's too bad that the electric lawnmower broke, because it worked really well. It was a pain in the rear pulling the cord around, but it was quiet, and it really would cut up some things in this narrow areas, because it was a narrow lawnmower, and we could get it all around various places. So I'm kind of sad about that, contemplating whether we should buy another one, but we're going to see how this push mower works, and we'll do that later on today. But right now, let's get to weed eating. Come on. You know, I got to thinking about where we used to live in California. We lived in the San Joaquin Valley, which is in the center of California. It's a couple hours inland from the coast and a couple hours down from the national forests with the big trees and stuff. It was a perfect location. It was dead center in the California. So you can get to San Francisco Bay Area in 4 hours on good traffic days. And you can get to Los Angeles in 4 hours on good traffic days. And like I said, 2 hours from the coast, 2 hours from the mountains. It was right in the center, and it was a valley, and it was dry, and it was hot. In the summertime it got to 110 to 115. Seems like when July hit, you didn't see less than 100 degrees until September. And it was really hot. And so it's really hot here too, but in the valley it was dry. Here it's moist, it's humid, it's got rain that falls. We didn't see rain all summer long in the valley. As a matter of fact, if you got more than 11 inches in 1 year, it was like unusual, because the average was like 11 inches a year. As a matter of fact, there were more drought years than wet years, which means that the fact is it wasn't unusual to have drought. It was unusual to have wet. And so it always cracked me up when they would say we're in a drought year. No, we're probably in a normal year. And anyway, that's neither here nor there. So as I'm weed eating and the grass is thick and it's tall, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, in the valley we would mow at the beginning of summer, maybe in the middle once, maybe at the end once. It really didn't grow. And so here it just grows and grows and grows and grows. And it cracked me up. Somebody told me that we needed to get some of those desert plants, you know, the landscaping with the plants that can go through drought season. And I think they are ridiculous. This is not drought. I'm sorry. You might be getting a lot less water than you're used to, a lot less water than you need, but it is not drought. We know what drought's all about. And so, why am I saying all of this? I don't know, but my mind's going and I'm thinking. These bushes right here, they're being neglected. I need to cut them down. Not down all the way, but they've got shoots that are going out like this. I need to cut those shoots down and make it bushier at the bottom. And so they also are not happy because there's no water getting to them. And so I need to, well, I can't water them right now. The sun's just too penetrating, but I can clop them. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the cloppers and I'll be right back. Okay, it's time for an electrolyte break. I'm turning red. Don't go anywhere. Well, I went up to the RV and saw Lee had texted me while I'm over here sweating in the hot sun, weed eating. This is what Lee has been experiencing.
We're getting some rain here.
Looks like the dark clouds are starting to come this direction. They may or may not hit us, but I got weed eating to do. Check this mushroom out. Grass is growing through it. But look at that. It's a big mushroom. Fungus of some sort growing around the tree stump that we have there. There's another one too. That's pretty gross, isn't it? Oh, by the way, where Lee is, 14 miles away. I'm hearing the thunder. Okay, well, I got around all the cottages. I think I did anyhow. I need to go over near the garage because that's starting to grow up way too big now. I think I have a little bit of battery left. I have to fix the string because it's chopped off and I've got to pull it back out. I've had to do that several times. It's irritating. And this camera needs a new battery. So don't go anywhere and we'll get back to weed eating. I don't know what you saw, but there's about 14 cats out here, including Lacey, tiny baby. And they're all over. I waited too long to weed eat over here. I should have done it while they were all sleeping. But now it's kind of cool and they're awake. So I'm not weed eating over here. Okay. Doesn't matter. I did come back over here to weed eat. And no sooner did I start did the battery die. So I told you we bought a push mower and I was going to show you it, and then I forgot. So back on camera we go, and let's do this. It doesn't get it very short, but that's okay. It does it good in the pinch. I forgot how to use the lawn. You got to go over it a few times because some of that grass is laying like this. It's long, but it's like this. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it'll do in a pinch. If any reason we run out of don't have any electricity for charging batteries, or if we don't have any fuel, this will be great. It's also, clearly, people of different heights, look how tall it is. So, I don't know. It's not all that, but it'll work. And it'll be fine around the kittens, but you can't get up real close to things, so you still need a weed eater. Because the blades start about this far in. You got the big wheels, and then the blades are in the middle. So everything in the middle works. It's just that edge stuff you can't get. And so it is what it is. But there you go. I could go see if there's something else I could cut. I bet there is. So let's go check it out. But anybody, and especially our younger folks, who praise communism or socialism or Marxism, they need to mow with a push mower. And then maybe they will appreciate the fact that it is capitalism that developed the gas-powered lawnmower. And we use things every single day that just ease up our lives. You know, I've told you about that washing machine and how I have to hang the clothes on the line. Young people today, they need to hang clothes on lines. They need to use a push mower. They need to whip their eggs with one of those little cranking devices instead of a mixer, electric mixer. Or they need to have to churn some butter instead of using their blender. I'm telling you, we have so many things that we take for granted, and the younger people have no idea. I now remember pushing a mower, and I now remember how hard it is. And my goodness, it's working these muscles in front as I push along. Wow. Anyway, I'm done. I don't care if things need to be mowed. I'm pooped, just that little bit. Of course, you only saw this part. I did do some over there that I didn't turn the camera for, but I didn't do it all. And it'll work in a pinch. It'll work in places that we need to get in there. But again, you still have to weed eat because it doesn't get up tight enough. And you have to go over it sometimes, several times, if the grass is too high, if it's that certain grass that grows out like this. But that is what it is. And we bought it, we own it, and we're going to use it. But not every day, and not on all projects. All right, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, share, press the notification bell, and subscribe. And we will see you next time on the homestead. Bye-bye now.